you for the opportunity to participate in this meeting. I'm making this presentation on behalf of our colleagues in WHO Afro region and country offices who actually assisted in preparing this, this presentation. So we were asked to talk about the lessons learned from the Ebola outbreak that affected the West Africa in 2014, mainly in Guinea, Liberia, and Sierra Leone. I will focus more on Liberia to see what actually happened there and how the country managed to restart vaccination programs after the Ebola virus disease epidemic. So I'll look at a background, then the disruption of vaccination activities, then how these vaccination services were reactivated, and some lessons learned. In terms of background, so the Ebola virus disease outbreak actually occurred in West Africa in 2014-2015. It started in Guinea, March 2014, then later spread to Liberia and Sierra Leone. This was actually the first Ebola confirmed outbreak in these countries, and as you know, there were close to 30,000 confirmed cases with close to 12,000 deaths. And some of the challenges that were documented were inadequate resources, delayed laboratory testing and confirmation, community panic and denial, inadequate infection prevention and control materials, lack of treatment centers, and lack of health workers' experience handling EVD, the Ebola vaccine disease. I'm trying to move to the next slide. Okay, so in Liberia in particular, all the 15 counties were affected. These are like districts in Liberia, and a total of more than 10,000 cases were reported, confirmed, with more than 4,800 deaths, making a case fatality rate of about 45%. And health workers were also infected, and 197 deaths were recorded out of the 378 health workers that were infected. The outbreak had impact on the whole economy. The mining companies had to close their operations. Agriculture, service sectors were all scaled down or closed completely because of the decision that the government took to limit the expansion of the outbreak. And of course, health services were also affected as there were limitation of movements. The health workers were affected, and population were fearing to be infected. In Liberia in particular, so you can see that 5 months into the outbreak, close to half of the health facilities in the country were the only ones providing immunization by August 2014. And this actually contributed to the low vaccination coverage that was experienced in Liberia, and some of the reasons that explain the low vaccination coverage are listed here: fear and panic among health workers who were not going to the health facilities to provide services. There were some fear in the communities as well. The misinformation and misconception about Ebola disease, the government travel restrictions, and then the clinical trial that was established also brought fear for people in the community and health workers. Of course, all the supplemental immunization activities were also postponed. So this graph is showing the effect of Ebola in immunization program in Liberia. If you look at the coverage for pentavalent vaccine, the third dose and the measles containing vaccine, the first dose, if you compare month by month, you can see that the blue, month by month, for both antigens, the number of children that were vaccinated was going down from January to November or December. This graph is showing, is comparing the three countries, looking at their number of children that were vaccinated with the measles-containing vaccine, the first dose of measles-containing vaccine, from January 2012 to December 2017. The red dotted line is for Liberia, the green in the middle is for Sierra Leone, and the upper line is for Guinea. And you can see for Guinea, for example, where the first case was confirmed in March, but around September, November 2014, basically there was no single child that was vaccinated with this MCV vaccine. And then it started going up, but again, in 2015, it went down. So the same situation was also seen in Liberia around July, September. The number of children that received MCV1 really went down close to almost less than 500 children. It was a little bit stable in Sierra Leone, but of course, it's still lower than the expected targets that were expected to be vaccinated. So just as we are talking about COVID-19, the pandemic, so at that time also WHO issued guidance documents to support countries to continue essential services delivery and immunization in the context of the Ebola vaccine disease outbreak. And of course, countries also use the Infection Prevention and Control IPC guidelines that were also proposed by WHO and UNICEF. And this is one of the guidelines that Liberia adapted from the WHO and the UNICEF guidelines. So, and of course, with the support of partners, countries have to make sure that essential services are provided, despite the fact that we're in the context of Ebola virus disease. And so they try to reactivate routine immunization services by adapting the WHO global guidelines on maintaining immunization during the Ebola context. There were provision of personal protective equipment for health workers for them to continue providing these immunization services. The country has to reprogram with the available in-country funds some activities to catch up children that missed their doses of vaccines. There were continuous community engagement activities to engage the community and reassure them that vaccination was still secure and safe. Of course, the countries also had to plan and implement some periodic intensified routine immunization and SIAs to catch up on children. Resource mobilization was very key, and partners came in with some recovery plans to support countries to make sure that children are immunized. And there were some nationwide measles SIAs with integration of multi-antigen catch-up vaccination. And this is what some countries are actually doing even during the COVID-19 that we're experiencing now. And this also are to assist countries to try to catch up their immunization coverage. So the Liberia IPC guideline for vaccinator insisted in some of the areas that health workers have to take great attention on. And they were using PPEs, they were using gloves to make sure that they don't contaminate clients or they don't get contaminated by clients. So this is just a picture showing how temperature was taken and measures were provided to make sure that health workers are not. So some of the lessons learned was that the early realization of the impact of the Ebola virus disease on immunization services helped countries to plan catch-up activities. They also make sure that immunization program staff remain focused on the program, even though some of them were repurposed to go to Ebola response. There was a provision of clear guidelines for the resumption of immunization services, and this helped actually to catch up children that missed immunization. The provision of PPEs was very key to protect both health workers and clients. And of course, social mobilization played a very critical role to assure community that vaccines were safe and they could go to services and receive the vaccines. And of course, the need for early planning and implementation of periodic intensification of routine immunization and SIA's activities were also very key to allow countries to catch up children. So these are a few information that I wanted to share with you. So we'll be glad to get comments and questions. Thank you.